Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Chenauda Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Chenauda Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation. Welcome to Let's Fix It with Chenauda. Sit back, relax, and take some copious notes as we provide you with some awesome solutions to your financial matters. Invite your friends and family to join us. And if you're watching this live via Facebook, like, tag, share. Sharing is caring. I am Chenauda Harris, your financial specialist, offering solutions to your financial matters. Welcome back to an exciting episode of Let's Fix It with Chenauda. As you notice, we have some beautiful new graphics that just gives me the warm fuzzies. But anyways, on our last episode, we featured Gerald Watson from Watson Media Group. And we were talking about marketing and radio and television commercials, putting your business on radio and TV. And this is going to segue us into a continuation of the topic, marketing your business or churches or your events. So, but first, just a little side note. This week, my family lost a very close loved one to COVID-19. And I've lost friends, coworkers, and many acquaintances to this virus. This one hurts and it hits home, but my Uncle Reuben Turner of Fairburn, Georgia, he was the perfect example of family, enjoying life, and just traveling the world. Most importantly, his love for people. I'll cherish the memories and miss the laughs. Rest in paradise. And I'm glad I got through that without tearing up. Anyways, y'all know, I just want y'all all to mask up. Let me just be real clear with you. And be mindful of your surroundings. If you or your loved one has underlying conditions, be respectful of others. And please just wear your mask. And just know, just because there's a vaccine out here, it doesn't keep you from contracting the virus. Just wear your mask to protect you and to protect others. And I do have a quote for the week. Plan your hours to be productive. Plan your weeks to be educational. Plan your years to be purposeful. Plan your life to be an experience of growth, to change, to grow. And y'all advancing. And as you noticed, with this being Black History Month, I featured all African American quotes. And next month, we're going to be doing a series on women because it is National Women's Month. So I'll be featuring women. Anyways, today's show, we have a very special guest, my producer, my friend, the owner of Worship Radio, Prophet Blaine Irvin. Blaine he's totally awesome to work with. He is married to the beautiful Ade Irvin, and they share two beautiful children. He'll be talking about marketing your business on digital billboards, advertisements in magazines, as well as hosting your very own podcast TV show. And I did say podcast TV show because we here at Worship Radio, we're not your average podcast. We podcast in the studio, but yet we are on several platforms, including Roku, which is television, network streaming. So we're moving along with the technology and the times. So with that being said, welcome onto the show for the very first time, Prophet Blaine. Are you there?
I am. How are you, my love?
I am awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
it's a little bit low.
Okay, I'll turn you up, no problem. Thank you for inviting me to your show today. I'm so excited. And obviously the viewers can see me. And there you go. Hopefully you all can hear me. I'm sure somebody will let me know if they can't hear me. But thank you for inviting me to the show. I'm really excited to talk to the people today about marketing, about billboards, about television, about all those cool things. And I'm glad I get to do it here on your show. And it's really cool. Y'all, you don't get to see this, but let me just kind of have some fun with you. So I'm over here in the production of the control room, and Miss Chenauda is literally in the room next door, but she gets to be on the really cool set, and I get to be over here in my little blue room.
I'm excited. This is so cool because, you know, a couple of years ago when I started on the Worship Radio Network, this was not the technology that we had. So we have seriously upgraded technology around here and totally have taken it up a notch, even in the middle of a pandemic. Go figure.
It's been wonderful. You know, pandemic has been, my apologies, pandemic has been really interesting. It's been very difficult for a lot of people. But even in this, God has used this pandemic, this lockdown, the craziness that's going on. Despite the fact that there's confusion and chaos and all that, God has certainly found a way to bless many of his people. You know, there's things that we've been waiting on since 2013, you know, 6, 7, I forget how many years it is. Don't matter, I'm not that great at math. And some of that stuff has actually come to pass now in the 2020 pandemic season, 2021. So anyway, I'm excited to share the wealth of information and what we have available with the people.
All right, so let's get into this. First of all, because this is your first time on my show, let's tell the people a little bit about Prophet Blaine and Worship Radio and Worship Media Group.
Okay, so where do I begin? Okay, so my name is Prophet Blaine. I'm originally from South Africa. I moved here when I was about 14, I believe it was. And, you know, initially came here because my sister got married. And she was working at a church, surprisingly enough, in the Metro Detroit area. And so none of what I do today was a part of my plan at all, in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I had started a business as a wedding coordinator. Many people don't know that about me. And I have about 170 weddings under my belt, 180, whatever, who's counting 10. And, you know, so I've printed thousands of wedding invites, and I've done functions for government institutions and weddings that had like 750 people and more. But then God decided, well, I guess he didn't decide, he knew all along, that's not where I was going to stay. And so in 2013, the Lord sent what would become my spiritual mother, a prophetic vessel, to kind of intervene in my life. And it sort of happened in a whirlwind kind of way. And it was very shortly thereafter that God started to talk to me about what He really wanted me to do. And, I was broke, didn't have any money. And in fact, when we started this particular network, the table that we had was, a little bit about that size, was a kitchen table in somebody else's house. I was homeless and sleeping on a couch. And the Lord said, start a network. And so, for the last 6 years, we've been building, and I've sort of had to prove myself in a way, I guess you want to call it that. Even though God already called me, I still had to show, when it's bad, are you going to do it? When you're broke, are you going to do it? When you're homeless, are you going to do it? When you don't have money to take care of your family, are you still going to do it? And I had to kind of trust God through the entire process. So I could talk forever and ever about it, but this is your show, not mine.
But it enlightens other people that are really sitting on the fence of pursuing their dreams, of also being obedient and listening to God's voice. Lots of people don't tune into the voice of the Lord in terms of how life should go or the direction that they should go. And so I'm just very grateful that you listen to God, and here we are. That's totally awesome. So let's get into the meat and potatoes about what we're doing here with Worship Media Group, the media group portion, because we've been talking about marketing. With Gerald, we did things about the radio and television commercials, of which I know on this last couple of weeks, your wife Aday's commercial aired on television on 7 networks. So that was super exciting to see.
That was super exciting.
And I too have had a commercial that aired on 7 different networks. So we all are witnesses of how marketing can attract people to you. So we definitely want to talk about billboard marketing. We have something very special here with the digital billboards. So let's talk about that.
Okay, so our digital billboards, and I'm going to flash it up on the screen so they can see. Digital billboards are really great because at one time or another in this scheme of marketing, billboard advertising used to be ridiculously expensive because you've taken up 100% of the inventory available in a particular location. So how digital billboards work is sort of similar to how you do advertising on Facebook. Okay, you're sharing the inventory available on a particular board. So at any given time, your graphic is going to display 7.5 to 8 seconds, sometimes more depending on the location. And so you get to share that inventory with other people. So sometimes what people kind of get a little unsure about it is, well, 8 seconds is not a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're driving in 75 miles an hour, I assure you that by the time you see the board, that 8-second period, right about the time that you get on the board, getting ready to pass it, is when it's going to change. So that's kind of it lowers the cost and brings the cost down of the whole advertising thing. So we've sort of been really blessed, and that we knew God eventually was going to do billboards for us. I remember God showed me in 2015, and so eventually when this happened, in fact, actually in early of 2020, before everything shut down, the Lord sort of dropped this whole billboard thing in our lap, and it's been a blessing to so many people. In fact, I can show you some examples on here. There's a couple people that have had billboards. So over here you can see, there's a billboard over there that says, "Let your lips do the talking." That's High Day Cosmetics. That's actually my wife. And this particular one, if you're from Michigan or if you're in the Metro Detroit area, if you're going over to the Metro Detroit airport, that billboard is actually located, going that direction. It's actually a double-sided board. And then the same one on the right-hand side over there, that was Makeup by Yvette. She put up this gorgeous, vibrant board. That was also on 94. And then, of course, we have our sweet Miss Chenauda that had this, really big billboard. I believe it was on Telegraph and Joy Road, if I'm not mistaken. Really massive board because it's kind of real close, and when you drive by it, it's, really, you can't miss it. So, at any given time, a board like this is going to reach, 25 to, 80,000 people or more, depending on the area that you have it in.
That's super cool. I know the ones that Ade and Makeup by Yvette had, it's over by the Uniroyal Tire off of 94. And, for those of you that live in the metropolitan Detroit area, you know that if there's ever a traffic jam and you're sitting there on 94 at any given point in time in the middle of traffic, you get to see these boards. And I think those are right there in front of the Baker's College is where
Yes.
they're actually located. But they're right shortly after you pass that tire if you're headed to the downtown Detroit area.
Yes.
And it is a total great feeling to see your business up on a billboard. I mean, can you imagine if you're from wherever and your billboard is up in New York, Times Square, or somewhere in LA?
It's
I
funny
know
you
we
should
have
mention that. We actually have one in New York, right across the street from the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, right downtown. I don't have a picture of it at the moment. It's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but it's still incredibly affordable, even if you're a small or medium-sized business, to get up on a board like that. And we do have plenty of them in LA as well. In actual fact, I guess now would be a great time to mention. Here at Worship Media Group, we actually have about 1,600. It's 1,600 billboards coast to coast, all the way from New York all the way to LA. And then we have about 100 of them or so in Canada. So I believe we have some in Quebec, some in Toronto. And then we are working to add billboards in Mexico at the moment, which is very cool. So if you have a business that could partake in Mexico. And we just started working on getting our digital billboard market in South Africa.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm super excited. I'm a part of the sales team here as well. And just to be able to have your business being advertised in one state and you live in another.
Isn't that fantastic?
There is nothing like it. To get a call stating, I saw your advertisement on a billboard. How cool is that? And it's cheaper than what you really think. So if you are interested, you can contact us here directly at the office.
Yes, you can. Let me get that number, 248-653-5401. I have to always remember Linda saying the number because I never remember it. 248-653-5401.
Awesome. Awesome. So,
I guess I could put it up on the screen.
yeah, you can put it up on the screen
There you
so
go.
they can see it. So contact us here if this is something that you want to get a quote for, if there's a specific location that you're interested in, if you are marketing an event or your church wants to advertise, this is a perfect opportunity to get that information out there. I mean, I've seen where people have put up, will you marry me? And have done wedding proposals.
Those are
and
very cool, actually.
announcements and different things. I think that's super cool. And the only reason why I say that is because, I'm recently engaged. He didn't do that, but that would have been super, super cool. He would have got extra kudos for that one.
I may have to go harass Joe.
But he doesn't get a redo. I mean, he was good with how everything manifested. I mean, amen. God had a reason for him taking me to the water that day. So, yeah. So I know now we are getting ready to launch here at Worship Media Group an awesome new publication. And I personally love magazine ad publications, especially locally, because number one, it helps get your name out in your own community, your own surroundings, where people get to know you and they see your face and, oh, you're that credit lady. Oh, you're that lady. Yes, I am. I am her. She is me. And I love it when people say, "Hey, I just seen your advertisement. You're in this magazine that just came to my house. How cool is that?" I mean, it's not Ebony or Jet or anything like that or Sports Illustrated, but it's a publication. And the thing is that you want to be able to get your word out. You don't want your business to be a secret. You want the world to know you are in business, especially during a pandemic. So I know Prophet Blaine has some ideas and some new pricing for this magazine ad. So you want to talk about the magazine publication?
I do. I'm so excited for New Life magazine. It's something that's been on my heart for a long time. It obviously takes a lot of work to do it, and with everything that we've had going on, we've sort of had to delay it a couple times. And in 2020, we were really getting close to doing it, and then pandemic hit, and I thought, may have to revisit this whole distribution part of doing a magazine. Because without distribution, you have no readers, and without readers, you have no magazine. You may as well not bother. And so anyway, the Lord used that time to kind of expand our distribution network and how we plan to distribute it and all that. So anyway, the new magazine is called New Life Magazine. It will be a national magazine eventually. That's the plan. And so we're planning to launch it later on in 2021. We don't sort of have a final date on it just yet, but we are starting to take applications for content if you want a column, if you want to advertise. We do know initially that we will be printing, we'll have 150, 160,000 readers around the country, which is fantastic for a startup. A lot of startups have 1,000 or 2,000, but like everything we do here at Worship Media Group, we're going, go big or go home. And so, if you want to find out more about that, you can go on our contact form on our website. Just go to the Worship Media Group website, mywmg.com, and if you fill out the contact form there, then we can reach out to you and just ask for Talitha Cousins. She's the one that oversees our magazine. Thank God for her, because without her, I don't know if we would be able to really pull off this magazine. So full page ads, it's a full color magazine, and I'd love for you to just kind of reach out. Let's see how we can help promote your business and ministry or whatever it is that you have going on.
Awesome. I'm excited
Me too.
for a new magazine and all the different components of the way we can assist with entrepreneurs across the country, not just here in the metropolitan Detroit area, but be able to assist you with your business needs, your church events, your church needs. It's just super cool to be a part of such a great network. But most importantly, to like the people that you work with is just even better, because who knows better than me? You go to a workplace on a daily basis and don't really like people that you work with. But anyways,
Praise God.
We can go on and on and on. Anyways, so give out the contact information for sure.
Okay. So again, you can contact us anytime. The information is on the screen. You can go to mywmg.com or go to our website. Call us at 248-653-5401. Interestingly to note, we actually service a global audience of people. So whether you are in the United States, in Canada, Mexico, South Africa, the United Kingdom, Australia, or New Zealand, we can service you in some way, shape, or form. And if you go to our website, you can actually see all the products and services we have. So we do billboards, we do magazine advertising, we have our television network, which you're watching on right now. We're actually in the process of completely transitioning to television, and we're going to be sort of the new hot and popping streaming service, similar to Netflix and Hulu, but for the Christian community. So we do a whole slew of stuff. Publishing as well. If you want to publish your book, we are a hybrid publisher. So hybrid publisher is sort of not a known term, but what I mean by that is you can come to us for as little or as much of the process as you want. Um, of course, I encourage everybody to just publish their book with us because we'll put it in 40,000 retailers worldwide and all that. But some people just kind of want to take on that massive monster and publish their book on their own. And we encourage that. If that's what you want to do and you have the guts to go ahead and do it, go for it.
Awesome. And we also have room for more people that are interested in starting their own podcast TV show here.
Absolutely. So if you want to find out about launching a TV program, you can obviously reach out to Ms. Chenauda, and she can get you that information. Or you can call the office 248-653-5401. And then we can, get you started. And, it is a commitment. You do have to work at it. Just like all things, if you want your program to be good, you have to put in the effort for it. So if you come and you want to do this and it's something you've always wanted to do, just come with knowing that it's going to be work and you're going to have to put your time into it.
Most definitely.
But it's still exciting. You see Chenauda has been on here for forever. The Marketplace Connection has been on here forever. We just have a slew of programs that have just been on here for quite a long time. And our broadcasting family is just growing by leaps and bounds. So if you're called to ministry, particularly in this pandemic time, if you feel like this format will work for you, then we would love for you to be a part of our broadcasting family. And the best part is you don't have to live in the Metro Detroit area or in Michigan to do it. You can still partake. Let me switch the camera so you can see. You can still partake of the beautiful set that Ms. Chenauda has. I do want to just interestingly to note, for those of you that are watching, I just kind of want to show you guys how exciting this actually is. So you all see the beautiful graphics that Ms. Chenauda has behind her because it's a digital set. But actually, what is actually behind her is this. I just thought I would share that. So it doesn't matter where you are. I know that green is just like puke green, isn't it? So it doesn't matter where you are. We can do the same thing with you remotely, and it'll work. So you can go from that to that. Isn't that beautiful?
Lovely.
I've always wondered how they did that, and eventually I got in a point in my life where I was able to do it.
The secrets. But let me share my story just a quick second. To those of you that are really thinking about, I really want to do a podcast. First of all, the podcast thing was not something on Chenauda's plate, her agenda, her radar, whatsoever. It wound up being something that came to me when I went to an event that was hosted by Worship Radio. And it was a couple years ago at a Christmas party. And the opportunity was presented of those of you that were interested in hosting a podcast to meet with Prophet Blaine. So I toyed with the idea, and it was like, God said, do a show because you have something very special to get out to people. And then I never really thought of the different things that I've done in my life that kind of prepped me for this moment. I mean, back in high school, I was that young lady who did the morning announcements, go figure, in high school. Even though I originally went to college for political science. But long story short, you just never know what God has in store for you. You have to be able to listen to that voice that is telling you to do something. Most importantly, you got to learn to step out on faith because that is going to take you further. Don't listen to your friends and your family because they'll be the first one to say, don't do that. That's not for you. you're going to have to follow the voice of God. And that's exactly what I did, which leads me to this point. This is Mission 800 as we begin to progress further in the year. I need your help this year. Financial literacy is so, so important, and I'm here to help others. And over this past weekend, I had the opportunity to participate with over 4,000 other agents across the country in a major corporate event. And our company is investing not just in us, but we're investing in our customers, in helping you become debt free. So I am super excited to make sure that we have people that I am able to assist with this program. So we're helping you get on track for home ownership, to get into new cars, and to be able to establish lines of credit and get your finances in order. Most importantly, teach you financial literacy so we can stop and break the chains of the curse that families are experiencing with lack of financial wealth. So, I definitely want to be able to bless 800 families this year. And keep in mind also, if you're thinking about moving and your credit score is great and you have everything in place, I have realtors and mortgage brokers at my disposal to be able to assist you with getting you going to where you need to be. And we have other programs to help you. It may just not be credit repair that you need. So don't just think that that's all my focus is on is credit repair. It's not. Because I do free consultations to assess what exactly you need to get you to your goal. So I want you to call a friend, tell your neighbors, tell everybody, because this is going to be key and vital as we move further along in 2021. Now, I want to thank you for being my special guest on today's show. I hope you found value in what information was shared to get your business going marketing wise. And then as we move forward into the month of March, we're going to start a new series, and it's called Make It Make Sense in March. And some of the topics of discussions are going to be of topics that we need to really make some sense out of. So my first guest is going to be Mr. Florio Marzares, a senior financial broker of Pinnacle Elite, and he's the co-founder of Success Code Breakers. He's a financial professional helping people nationwide with wealth strategies and life insurance, long-term care, and so much more. And yes, I said life insurance. We don't like to talk about life insurance. We don't like to talk about death, but we're going to talk about this topic next week because too many of you all are depending on GoFundMe's to bury your loved ones. You're not planning certain things that happen in life, such as death, accordingly, so you and your family are protected. So we want to give you some free information for you to think about so you can get your family in order. Because the last thing that a family needs in their hour of grieving is to know a person was not taken care of in terms of their life insurance policy. So we definitely want to get that information out there, but this once again is an educational opportunity to let you know about various tools that we really need to be educated on. And everybody thinks that you can't afford certain things. Listen to the information so you will have an understanding of the product. And that is one of my purposes of this show, is to give you the information that's going to be of value to you with your finances, whether it's credit repair, whether it's life insurance, whether it's real estate, how to purchase a home, whatever. We want to educate our community because that is where we're lacking, right? Is a lack of knowledge. And I don't want you to say, nobody told me. I want you to say, I heard it from Chenauda. I do. And with that, as we end the show, I always end with a quote. In recognizing the humanity of our fellow beings, we pay ourselves the highest tribute. And that's from Thurgood Marshall. So I'm eternally grateful for what God is doing with Let's Fix It with Chenauda and the Worship Radio International and the Worship Media Group family here. It is totally a blessing to be a part of such an incredible network and to have an incredible leader with us, guiding us along the way. So with that, Prophet Blaine, I thank you so much for your leadership. And I thank you so much for being the visionary and pushing forth through the mission that God has put you on. So I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, do you have any final words you want to give to the people?
I don't. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for that. I just want to encourage you all. I'm sorry, that took me someplace. I just want to encourage you all that if you can use any of our services, we really want to be your first go-to. Consider coming to us first, but please do your research. I encourage you to do your research so that when you know that you come here, that you know that you're, for the lack of a better word, you're home, and that you're happy here, and that you know that your product or service that you're trying to get out is going to be safe in our hands. So my team and I would love to help you. Chenauda and Linda and all the rest of the slew of people that are behind the scenes that you don't get to see, whether it be your website or your billboard or advertising or radio program, TV program, we are here to help, and I look forward to meeting with you really soon.
Awesome, awesome. All right, you guys. Well, until God says the same, I'm going to see you next week. We're going to make it make sense in March. Have a good week. Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Chenauda Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Chenauda Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation.